Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your cosmic energy forecast for January 21st to January 27th. Thank you all for joining. So before I begin today, I just want to talk a little bit about why I do these energy forecasts. It's not because I'm an astrologer or I'm learning astrology or any of those kinds of things. Rather, I am a seer. I have some amazing intuitive abilities. And because I do these, it's not because of the transformation that you get, it's because of the separation. So you see, it is our beliefs, right, that we can be affected by everything in the cosmos, the moon, the sun, planets, star systems. And that is true. It's true if we are affected by the energies that they project. However, it is my mission and my purpose to transform all of these beliefs that inspire enlightenment, ascension, transcendence. That's why I do these forecasts. So astrology is a navigation tool, just like everything else in the world. Everything that we use, our thoughts, our emotions, our belief systems, astrology, numerology, cosmology, like they're all tools that we can use to navigate. Because if you understand how you are being projected upon with the energies of the cosmos, of course, then you can understand how not to be affected by them. Because if you believe in ascension, transcendence, evolution, then you need to understand how to use the energies as a navigational tool, because you are the creative genius of the energies. And when you empower yourself, you don't allow the effect of the unconsciousness by the cosmic energies to victimize you. So I hope that all makes sense. All right, so let's begin the forecast for the week of January 21st through the 28th, I think, 27th. So let's recap from last week. Did you use your conscious power to unattach last week? Did you use your conscious power to embody the energy of love? And did you find new perspectives? Because that was kind of the theme for last week. And it was supported by the Schumann resonance, because it was sort of wonky and off the chart. There were spikes in energy and there were periods of blackouts. So this can be used as a tool, right? Like the Schumann resonance can be a tool to sort of help you navigate through the energies, or confirm that the energies are actually there and how you're using them. So these are amazing times of disturbance and disruptions. Every moment is an opportunity and a chance for change. It was definitely the theme for last week. And it's definitely going to be the theme for this week as we move forward into the week of January 21st through the 28th. And you might notice a quietness. Maybe, maybe not. It's actually a week so that we can sort of gather our bearings, learn from what we've experienced so far, and go deeper, I want to say, into what the energies are offering us this week. So Tuesday, today, you will find that you are a bit curious about the world today. This energy invokes wisdom about the future, your future, the world as a future, the cosmos as a future, right? Like everything seems to be becoming a family, I want to say, for the future. So as you move out of those old patterns, which are a continuation for this week, you will find yourself looking to replace those old patterns with something new. Right? We can't just leave a void within us, because that's just not how we're created. So you'll be looking for something different. Use today's energy to explore. So the moon is void for a good part of the day today. Now, when the moon goes into void, it means that there's just like no energy. Like it's a neutral kind of energy. There's no energy. It's not a no energy. It's a neutrally kind of pattern. And it's a good time during these voids to start exploring. It's not a good time to start anything new, because you will find that void energy is hard to make decisions in. It's a curiosity kind of energy, not a decision-making kind of energy. So instead of starting something new today, simply be curious and explore new things. Like the more new things you can explore today, the happier you will feel. So gather information and allow yourself to be creative today. Like creativity is kind of the theme. Allowing that curious mind to, sort of wander off. It's a perfectly good thing to do. So take this opportunity to explore new conscious practices. Oh, I know, it's a new thing. For example, today I am exploring ideas of creating an apprenticeship in my business. I'm just sort of looking at the energy of something like this and seeing if I can align with those long-term kind of adventures that an apprenticeship would entail. And what would it entail? So that's my curiosity today, is like exploring all those kinds of things. I had great downloads come in this morning for some events that I want to create in the future. Like this is the curiosity that's at your fingertips today, literally. All right, moving on to Wednesday the 22nd, this curious energy from today, the wisdom that comes with it, right? Like the no doubting kind of curiosity. Like when you're in curiosity, there's no doubt. There's just, oh, I want to explore this. Oh, this catches my attention. It's like you don't have any doubt when you're in those kinds of moments of just seeking. Like there's just newness. So tomorrow, plan for the future. Like honestly, use the energies from Tuesday and the energy of Wednesday and just sort of plan for the future. It's a must-have, but use the wisdom that you gained from Tuesday. Use that wisdom, that curiosity kind of wisdom that you explored, and let this energy help you to stay out of the ego's emergence of doing. Because when we have brilliant ideas come in and we have the exploration, the inquisitiveness, and we get some aha moments, like the ego wants to take over and just create an emergency around it. That is what you need to watch for on Wednesday. So allow yourself to explore those ideas, but don't fall into that trap of the ego that wants to move forward. So do it now kind of energy, like just let it bypass you. You could create some ideas around it, don't get me wrong. Create ideas around it and maybe create a future like vision of what that might be. But creating action steps might not be of your best interest. You could create solutions or seek solutions, but taking action steps on Wednesday, probably not going to hold too strong. Because as you move into the changes that you want to see in your life, in the future of your life, don't fall into the chaos. See the emergency of the ego? That's chaos kind of energy. Because when you fall into that kind of a trap, generally those kinds of decisions that you make in that chaos kind of energy don't really hold strong. So align with the wisdom, find the solutions, and create a plan of action that leaves no room for chaos. Do not act upon the emergency kind of energy that you feel. Steady your action steps. That will help the resistance, because of the conscious self that understands what the Like there's an understanding that comes in with those aha moments, with the seeking, the fun of the curiosity, right? Those aha moments come in, and then the ego takes over and wants you to create a plan right now and do it. But there's a deeper understanding that comes with those ahas. Like what happens is the unconsciousness of the alignment of who you really are needs to filter into the consciousness of who you are. That's where you can start taking action steps, but it doesn't come in the aha. So when we unconsciously align with the rebellion or the resistance, it needs to get done right now kind of thing, that's kind of a resistance. And it creates this inner turmoil, this inner struggle. And the ego wants you to move right now, and the soul says, hey, wait, there's more information here, right? There's more information, and that there's the inner struggle that happens. But don't fall into the trap of that inner struggle. Do not act upon the whims unless you know that they are intuitive whims. Now, there's a difference between the ego's emergence and those intuitive knowings that just come in and just are super strong, and you need to act upon those. What you are wanting to create is a new pattern of fulfillment this year for 2020. Rather than falling into those default patterns of chaos, take your time on Wednesday. Dive deeper into the information. The aha moments come in, and then what's the rest of the aha? That's where the action steps, those concrete kind of action steps that will help you align with who you really are, that's where the information comes for those kinds of things. All right, moving on to Thursday, the 23rd, groundedness. After those ahas and the great brilliance of the future comes in, how do you stay grounded in the now? Like, this is a very important day, because with the Aquarian kind of energy that's upon us, right? The Aquarian gets lost in the brilliance. It gets lost in the high energy that Aquarian kind of energy brings. And it sometimes gets lost in the ethericness, right? Like I just want to move and act and be in this energy because it's just so amazing and brilliant. But what can happen is we get lost in that kind of energy. And so on Thursday, it's a great energy day to focus on your practice that keeps you grounded into the now, the present moment. How do you stay present? When you're trying to create the future, we have a tendency to live out there in the future. But being present grounds you into the now, which makes everything more aligned. So the reason you want to stay grounded is because it is the only moment that really counts. Being present is where all possibilities reside. It's where all of your fields of potential, the quantum field, the multiverse, they all reside in the present moment. So if you are caught up in the past with depression, or you're caught up in the future with anxiety, bring yourself into the present moment. It helps you release from either of those experiences. I stay present with breath work and moving the body. Now, I'm not talking about exercise or walking or any of those kinds of things. I'm talking about every movement that the body has, like me moving my head right now. Are you even conscious to what that activates within you? Like when I move my head around and I'm like looking up at the sky sometimes when I'm doing these and those kinds of things, like I'm bringing in information. Like for me, that's a present moment kind of activity. So also paying attention to the breath. Like there's lots of people out there teaching breath work, right? And if you breathe through the nose, I once had a yoga teacher tell me that the nose is for breathing and the mouth is for eating. Breathe through your nose. I can't express that enough because it filters out the toxins. It also activates brain waves. Did you know that? And if you do a simple breath exercise with breathing in and out, right and left, it activates logic and creativity all at the same time. So there you go. Simple little exercise. Being present. Stay present on Thursday. Friday, January 24th. New moon in Aquarius. Yes, it's the new moon. And as you all know, I love Aquarian kind of energy because I'm an Aquarian. But I also love the energy of it because it's like, it's a spark for me. Like, the high energy is like who I am. And so this is the beginning of a new cycle, and Aquarius is all about the righteousness of humanity. Yes, I said it, the righteousness of humanity. So you may feel a strong pull to stop the atrocities. Like that's my whole purpose in this lifetime, is to bring truth to the atrocities of humanity. Now, these atrocities don't happen overnight. They've been developed over the eons, and step by step, trying to discredit them. You can do that by thinking outside the box. Like that's how we get past the atrocities, is to think outside the box, because the old things that we have tried for the eons, over the eons, they don't work and they don't serve humanity. So moving forward and creating a new earth, creating a new you, is all about thinking outside the box about your own atrocities. Like, how do you stop yourself? How do you hold yourself back? What you've tried in the past isn't working, because if it worked, you would be holding yourself back. So all the work that you have done over the past months of getting rid of the old patterns will come into play again on Friday as you move forward into that new Aquarian kind of moon energy. And it's all about finding those new solutions and being more aligned with your compassion, joy, and bliss, because that's kind of the energy that Aquarius brings. Emotionally, you will feel empowered to move past the past. Like your emotions will like pull you, drag you, force you, do whatever they need to do to pull you past the past. So please do so, as those old patterns, they no longer work for you. They no longer heal you. They no longer help you. None of it. So it's now time to move into those new solutions. So if you're still holding on to those old destructive patterns, you will want to reach out to maybe some new people so that they can sort of help you see those old patterns and move past them, or create, like, give you some ideas about new ones, like new ways. So don't be afraid to leave the past to the past on Friday. That's the theme for Friday. Saturday, January 25th. Using this energy of the new moon, move deeper into what those solutions that you want in your life can be. Explore ideas. Again, this is an exploration kind of a week. So explore those ideas of how you want to use your senses. Oh, because maybe your senses are a grounding component for you. Or if you don't like using your senses, like what other ways can you be in the present moment? This should be a question. So the question is, what ideas of how you want to use your senses, or do you want to use your senses? Like that's kind of the resounding question of the day, if you want to use it for a journaling prompt, is if you're a conscious creator, then how do you want to use your senses, your human senses of sight, hearing, feeling, sensing, which are your intuitive abilities? Or do you want them to be in charge, or do you want to be in charge of them? That's something to dive into on Saturday. Like seriously. So maybe a new pattern is to create how you want to feel rather than being unconscious about your feelings or your emotions. Like you direct your energy, you tell your energy how you want to feel. Maybe that's how you're going to start using your senses. Instead of seeing what you think you see, Maybe you go beyond that and you say, okay, I want to see some unseen things today. Or maybe you start a mindful practice to train your mind to embody the thoughts you really want to have. Like how powerful you are, or how great you are, how amazing you are. Well, let's start some new practices. So Saturday is a great day for that. Sunday, January 26th. If you have in the past found it hard to express yourself, then this may be the focus for today. Expression, self-expression. Being able to express yourself freely takes practice because we're not trained to express ourselves freely. You have to be able to read energies. That's the whole purpose of doing the cosmic forecast, is so that it helps you to understand the energies that are provided for you. Not that are projected onto you, but that are provided for you. Especially your own energy, right? It's Sunday because being able to express yourself freely means that you know exactly what you want to express. Like, this is knowing yourself. This is knowing your own energy. So spend some time on Sunday expressing yourself, whether it be journaling, speaking to yourself in the mirror. Yes, go ahead, speak to yourself in the mirror. Or actually trying it out on friends, family. Or if you're feeling daring, go ahead and try it on the public. Express your needs. Do not judge yourself on Sunday, however. Use this experiment of expressing yourself as a learning experience. No judgment. No, no, no. No judgment. All right, finishing up the week on Monday, back to work day. It's a great energy day to examine the past week. Like, let it be kind of a wrap up for the last week. There will be a spike in energy on Monday. So be super aware and conscious, hyper conscious even, about how you flow or you resist the energy spike on Monday. This will provide great information as you navigate the future. Just be super aware on Monday. Like, let that be your theme for the day. Hyper awareness, being grounded, like using all the tools that you just experienced over the last week, pulling all of it into Monday, honestly. And pay attention to how your day goes. What are you using your senses? What are they teaching you? If you're using them, what are they teaching you? Intuition is imperative on Monday. Because of the spike in energy, you should get some information, aha moments about how to be. If you're using your practice in the mornings of meditation, journaling, like, ask the question. Intuitively, what should I know today? Who am I today? What's the energies about today? How can I use them to help me move forward? It's a great week. Huge possibilities, huge potentials. How will you flow? Ooh, that's a good question. How will you flow during the week of January 21st through the 28th? This is Angela Blaha signing off from the cosmos. Enjoy your week.